a few days here after watching the Saturday night's main event here. So time to give my opinion here on this stuff. So we're going to talk about the John Cena last match because I know a lot of people have a lot of problems with it, and some people don't have a lot of problems at all. We're going to talk about it, give you my opinion on how I feel about this, plus the rest of the card. So this is DA Wrestling. Welcome to the show. Your Canadian YouTube guy. I'm Andrew. Nice to meet you. Next, I'll see you guys here, and thank you for coming back if you have. So before I get started on this one, make sure you like, share, subscribe down below. Small click for you, big click for here at DA Wrestling. We appreciate everything you do for us. Thank you very much. Now, before I get to the John Cena stuff here, right? First off, just say, not a bad card, pretty decent for what it was. Right? For all the people out there who think it was absolute garbage, well, can't really change your opinion too much now, can I? Obviously, you're looking for something else that lies way up high that you're trying to shoot for, and it's just not going to be what it is. It's the last show of the year, other than Raw and SmackDown. So, just breeze through the first little stuff there, too, because the big stuff really is at the end there, right? So, opening match was the Obafemi versus Cody Rhodes. Now, I did predict that Drew McIntyre will probably end up coming into this match and costing Cody Rhodes, and boy, I was not wrong. Right? Here, coming in the match, basically getting called DQ. And like I said, at one point there, Obafemi and Cody Rhodes will probably get together, become little good friends for a couple seconds. And Obafemi will take out Drew McIntyre, which he did. Right? All in all, though, that was a good showing for Obafemi. Right? It was kind of hard to kind of pick and choose, though, who would actually win this one. The DQ is probably there's the right finish, too, because it advances the storyline there. And it doesn't exactly weaken Obafemi. If anything, it helps Obafemi off a lot because he took out Drew McIntyre shortly after. It's a good thing. Now, Sol Roca versus Bayley. Now, I took Bayley in this match. Obviously, Sol Roca ended up winning. I thought Bayley needed to win more. But same time, too, it kind of shows how they've been booking Bayley with that. But Bayley has been kind of just gradually putting people over to get people, held in beer. Paying it forward as someone like John Cena would do. Right? Kind of good theme there. Not a bad thing. Right? Sol Roca ended up winning the match. Right? Bayley ends up losing. Where this puts Bayley now is still kind of somewhere there. She's not going to win the Rumble folks soon, so it's not going to happen. But maybe a proper heel turn be best. They kind of stopped doing this whole crazy gimmick thing. Maybe, but at least doesn't seem like it. Maybe it's still going on, but it doesn't really seem like it too much. So we're just going to wait and see what happens here. I'm sure eventually Bayley's going to beat the living crap out of Lyra Valkyria, and we're going to have a match somewhere down the line of that one. Probably at the Rumble, maybe at Elimination Chamber, somewhere. All right. AJ Styles and Dragon Lee versus Javon Evans and Leon Slater. Not really a surprise here. I picked AJ Styles to win and Dragon Lee to win over Leon Slater. It's a good match. Put these guys over a lot, right? They obviously didn't win, but it helped elevate to figure out who these guys are. Helps TNA, helps NXT a little bit. Cool. And you see a lot, it looks like, in Javon Evans anyway. So, there you go. Now the big one. Right? So there was a quick run through there just to get you guys know, kind of see if you guys didn't see it and kind of knew what was going on. There you go. Now, the John Cena match. Right? Came out. Last time out, ran down with Stu. Right? A lot of people were in attendance there. You greeted Sami Zayn. Kevin Owens was there. Haku was there. Kurt Angle was there. Mark Henry was there. A lot of guys we worked with over the years were there. Great to see him. Right? It's great seeing Kevin Owens. He looks like he's progressing pretty well. The next stuff there. Time will tell how it was with Kevin Owens, though. But right now, it looks like he's progressing pretty well for it. All right. Now, Gunther came on out first. Obviously, John Cena came out second. Right? Overall, this match, though, you guys got basically got the John Cena's greatest hits, right? Gunther did a lot of things to John to really kept on going at him like Gunther should, like almost like a juggernaut that won't stop, right? Like almost like a perfect killing machine that will keep coming at you until you're done, right? Almost like I said a juggernaut, but let's say like a Jason Voorhees. Sound good? Good analogy. Right? So, eventually, after several, attitude adjustments, and John Cena hits, Eventually, he succumbed to Gunther tapping him out. Now, this is where the controversy problem comes in. There's a lot of people on this side of the world of wrestling who think it never should have happened. John Cena should have won his last match. That's how it should be. He never should have tapped out. None of those things. And you're all upset by it. You're blaming Triple H. And you're doing all this thing here. That's your opinion. Kind of like my opinion on how I feel about it. Right? And there's the other half of everybody here sitting there saying, it's the right call. John Cena ended up tapping. Right? He went out with a smile on his face tapping because he did. Right? Fought the way he could. Realized there's no more he could do. And tapped. And people think it's the right decision. Now, you have these two halves here. Both people are arguing back and forth. We're pointing out statements. Here's mine. Now, a lot of you aren't going to like this, but to those people out there who think that John Cena was going to win this match, you're delusional. John Cena was always going to go out on his back. Could they have maybe pinned him over tapping out? You could probably argue that. But the fact is, he tapped out. It's the first time he tapped out in 20 years. Okay? He's tapped out before a long time ago. They made mention of that on a Saturday Night's Main Event. Michael Cole did. Right? He tapped out with a smile on his face because he knew he was done. Right? In the process of this, right, he made Gunther a bigger heel. He made him more of a reliable threat, or a legitimate threat to the world title, whether he wants to go for Cody's or whether they want to move more towards CM Punk. Right? They made him more of a reliable threat. You could probably easily put Gunther there as a number one guy who might actually win the Rumble this year after 2 years of coming up somewhat short. Right? Gunther there's a good chance he will win that Rumble this year. You made him a better heel. You almost made him like a new legend killer. Right? He's retired Goldberg. He just retired John Cena. Right? They may end up having him retire Styles. You saw the interaction on Raw. If you saw the interaction on Raw, you saw Styles was the last one to see Gunther before Gunther got in his car and said, "Can't see me, Styles." Right? And drove off. You saw the chorus of boos when he walked in. It basically was Roman Reigns-esque. Remember, if you guys remember back to Roman Reigns when he defeated Undertaker at WrestleMania a number of years ago. Right? The slew of boos that you got from it. You made him a bigger heel. What was John Cena's biggest thing? If you listen to the Chris Van Fleet show, which I told you guys to do in the last show, right? He literally said, I wanted to make guys better for where they are and give them more, right? Pay it forward. That's what he did here. So for all you people sitting there blaming Triple H, saying, oh, bad booking, all this, you're wrong. It's the right booking. Right? Historically, too, wrestlers go out on their back. The exception being a couple people. Right? Undertaker being one, because one, when he retired, it was a pandemic era, and it was a boneyard match. Right? A movie, which I still think was pretty good. Right? The other one was Sting, with Darby Allin holding on to the tag team titles, then they vacating on AEW. That was a Tony Khan call. Nobody complained about that much, did they? But you seem to be complaining a lot more of this. John Cena losing was the right call. He probably had a hand in it too. Right? He didn't need to win. He put Gunther over, made him a better heel, right? A bigger threat to everything. It was the right call. The fact that you don't like the fact that he tapped out, tough. He was going to always tap out. When you think about it, right? It's the only way to make it better. Him being pinned is one thing. But making a guy who says, I never give up, and then him tapping to Gunther in his last match, because you're never going to see John again. Right? And I mean, time will tell whether he sticks to those words, but I'm pretty sure he will. Right? This is the right move. Gunther, Gunther basically tapping out John Cena is the right call. You made him work. You made him a scarier threat. It's not Triple H's fault. You're booing Triple H because you're mad. Well, you're mad that he beat John Cena won. Didn't win. Tough. That was always going to happen. If he would have won, and everybody came out and they put the titles on him like they did, it would mean nothing. It meant more with him losing his way out and paying it forward, just like Punk said before he handed him the title for a thing. Pay it forward. It's exactly what he did. It was the right call. And anybody else will sit there who knows wrestling, understands wrestling, been watching for a very long time, will sit there and say, that's the right call. Right? He did the right thing. And you look at it, it showed on Raw. The hatred everybody has now for Gunther. That's exactly what they wanted. You just built Gunther into that. This is what they want to do. They see Gunther as a long-term heel. Like a permanent heel. He'll never turn face. I mean, he never will turn face. I don't ever see it happen. I shouldn't say never because that happens in the WWE all the time, but it's a possibility he may turn face at some point, but it might be a short-lived face. It might be like maybe he gets injured after he misses a year, comes back, and everybody cheer him for a little bit, but they don't turn heel very quickly. Right? He is a better heel than he is a face. He always has been. That's what he uses as. They use him as. Right? He'll probably win that title somewhere down the line because of this and excel more and hold it longer than his first reign with that what WWE title was. Wasn't that long, right? This one here they put him on, whenever that may happen, will probably be a longer reign. I'm not talking Roman-esque long, but it's probably going to be a solid year and a half. Or a solid year. Right? Till he finds something more eligible to take a face to build it. Possibly LA Knight. Don't forget, LA Knight lost to Gunther, which making them Gunther versus LA Knight, possibly for the world title after Gunther's held on to it for a fair amount of time, a bigger thing. Or LA Knight fighting Gunther for a vacated world title would probably make it a bigger thing. So yes, it's the right call, folks. Right? I know you're not going to like it. It's an opinionated thing, right? But it's the right call. So, John Cena losing, it's a great call. Right? Now, thanks. Right? Now, moving forward, we'll see what goes on. Right? John Cena, the reason throws out the greatest of all time. It's one of those things. Right? Is John the greatest of all time? Through a title standpoint, yes. Through a sales standpoint, it's kind of hard. Right? Gotta look at the numbers. Who sold more? Austin? Because in my opinion, if you go by sales, or you ask by Ric Flair says if it's based on sales, the biggest impact in the industry, it's probably Austin. But as far as titles go, it's Cena. Right? Or you can even argue Reigns. So, who knows? Anyway, guys, that's just my opinion on the whole thing. Hope you enjoyed it. Right? To comment down below how you guys feel about that. Right? Make sure you like, share, subscribe down below on YouTube there. If you want to hear the audio version of this stuff there, follow us on Podbean as well as Spotify. Follow us on X at DA Wrestling. I need to bring those followers up, guys. All right. Thank you very much. Have yourself a good one. See you soon. Talk to you later, guys. Bye.